You're listening to PhoReal Vietnamese Pod.
Hello everyone and welcome back to PhoReal Vietnamese Podcast. Và mình là Quỳnh Anh. And with me as always is...
Hey guys, it's Alex. And today we have an essential, super practical survival lesson at the newbie level. We are tackling something every expat living long-term in Vietnam needs to figure out, booking a visa run.
Wow, that's a classic scenario and super important for expats like you. Let's listen to the dialogue for the first 2 times.
Nghe lần 1.
Chị ơi, bên mình có làm visa run không ạ?
Có anh ạ, anh muốn đi xe buýt hay là máy bay?
Đi ô tô thì giá bao nhiêu?
Dạ, đi xe buýt sang Campuchia là 1,5 triệu ạ.
Nghe lần 2.
Chị ơi, bên mình có làm visa run không ạ?
Có anh ạ, anh muốn đi xe buýt hay là máy bay?
Đi ô tô thì giá bao nhiêu?
Dạ, đi xe buýt sang Campuchia là 1,5 triệu ạ.
Now let's break it down the dialogue sentence by sentence. Alex, how do you usually start when you walk into the service agencies here?
Well, I'd say, hello, chào chị, tôi muốn visa run?
Well, yes, you definitely can say that. But in daily conversational Vietnamese, instead of saying chào chị, we can also say chị ơi. Then, guys, repeat after me. Bên mình có làm visa run không ạ?
So it means you guys just call the person and say, bên mình có a service? Không? What does bên mình mean here, Queen Anh? Is it like our side? Why not bên chị?
Well, you can absolutely say bên chị, but bên mình is a super friendly local way to refer to your place or your establishment without sounding too corporate.
That sounds really local. And you guys really use visa run as an official term? By the way, could you tell our listeners what a visa run is?
Officially, the exact term for visa extension in Vietnamese is gia hạn visa.
But expats call it visa run, a short trip across the border.
Yes. In Vietnam, people usually do visa run to neighboring countries like Cambodia, Thailand, or Laos, either by bus or flight, through agencies or self-organized.
So that's why the staff's reply,
She says, guys, repeat after me. Có anh ạ. Anh muốn đi xe buýt hay đi máy bay?
yes, we do. Would you like to travel by bus or by plane?
Exactly. Here we have a choice question structure. A hay là B? A or B? You can add hay là, for example, đi xe buýt hay là đi máy bay?
Ah, got it. No da? Hela ding da?
Awesome, Alex. And let's look at the verb đi. This is one of the most common verbs in Vietnamese. Originally, it means walk, đi bộ. But in daily activities, đi is extremely versatile. All you need to do is combine đi with another common verb like ăn, to eat, chơi, to hang out, or ngủ, to sleep. It's simple. So it becomes
Đi ăn,
great. Play becomes
đi chơi,
awesome. And sleep becomes
đi ngủ.
perfect. Well, and đi is even combined with transport like đi xe buýt, take a bus, or đi máy bay, take a plane.
That's so cool. And how do I pronounce bus?
Just notice the final t in buýt. Do not pop too much air out. Just cut it short and clean. Alex, try it. Buýt.
Beep.
Yes, much better. Next, let's look at how to ask for the price. Guys, repeat after me. Đi xe buýt thì giá bao nhiêu? Great. Or simply, bao nhiêu tiền? Well done.
Well, going by road to Cambodia via the Mộc Bai border from the south is typically the most common and cost-effective option.
That's right. Then the staff answer. Dạ, đi xe buýt sang Campuchia là 1,5 triệu ạ. Guys, don't forget to repeat, okay?
1,500,000? I know chiu means million, but what is zui? Is it like half? So can I say 500,000 dong is zui in dong?
Không được Alex nha. Rưỡi is only used for the extra half at the end of the number, like in 1,500,000, 1.5k, or 2,500,000, 2.5 million. Also note that rưỡi is used with quantity and money, while for the physical object like half a cup of coffee or half an apple, we use 1/2.
What about the preposition sang in sang Campuchia? Why sang instead of đến?
Great observation! Đến is a general arrival point. For example, đến Việt Nam. But sang gives a feeling of moving across sideway, like crossing the border to Cambodia, which sits to the southwest of Vietnam. We also use vào when moving down the south. For example, vào Sài Gòn. Đi máy bay vào Sài Gòn. Take the plane to Saigon. And ra when heading north. Ra Hà Nội. Đi máy bay ra Hà Nội. Take the plane to Hanoi.
Whew. Wow, that's a lot to take in. Okay, now it's time to listen to the dialogue one more time to catch all these pronunciation and directional nuances.
Chị ơi, bên mình có làm visa run không ạ?
Có anh ạ. Anh muốn đi xe buýt hay là máy bay?
Đi ô tô thì giá bao nhiêu?
Dạ, đi xe buýt sang Campuchia là 1,5 triệu ạ.
Now, let's move to our culture hack.
Today, let's look at the word mình used in bên mình. In English, pronouns are strict, right?
Yeah, kinda.
But mình in Vietnamese is a linguistic chameleon.
A chameleon?
Yes,
How so?
because it can mean I, the first person, when talking casually. For example, I often say mình là Quỳnh Anh, right? And it can also mean us or we by including you, the second person, in an affectionate way like mình đi uống cà phê nhé. Let's grab a coffee. So, using bên mình when talking to a service provider softens the transition, making it sound friendly, local, and approachable instead of cold and corporate.
Love that local tip.
Yeah.
Let's do our quick summary, guys. To ask about a service at a shop, you'd go with
Okay. Chị ơi, bên mình có plus the name of service. Không ạ.
when you want to ask about a choice between two options, use
A hay là B?
and when asking for the price, you say
Giá bao nhiêu or bao nhiêu tiền?
That wraps up today's lesson. Don't forget to grab the PDF in the description, leave a comment telling us how you'd plan your visa run, hit subscribe to join our membership, and request any topics you want us to cover next. Stay tuned and stay local.
Với PhoReal Vietnamese, hẹn gặp lại các bạn sớm nha!
See you next time.
You're listening to PhoReal VietnamesePod.